What's going on YouTube? Joe Miner 3131 with JS Miner 87 back on the DFS Quarry channel here on YouTube for another main slate breakdown. 4 games tomorrow, Sunday, November 18th, 2018. Should be relatively quick running through this, pretty self-explanatory anyway. Jared, how you doing tonight?
Well, doing pretty good here. It's certainly, I know how you said about before how you play that late game, don't be alarmed, but I've been green on a couple lineups throughout the whole night. So it does give me a little bit of nice comfort seeing that I'm going to cash in a couple lineups today. And potential's there to cash in all three. So definitely a good night. Not a good night from the Penguins standpoint, but we'll get into that here probably a little bit later. But maybe close out with a little Pens news just to do it. But yeah, should be a quick slate to break down. And I think both you and me are going to enjoy a little smaller show. So,
yeah, it's been quite hectic, man. But it is what it is. With that being said, let's dive right into it, man. First game up on the slate, we got the New Jersey Devils on a back-to-back here, heading into Carolina to take on the Hurricanes, who are also on a back-to-back. Carolina is a minus 163 home favorite. We got a 6 over-under in this. Both teams lost today. So, Schneider in the net for Jersey, McElhinney in the net for Carolina. What draws your interest here?
Well, this year I think is going to be your best game on the slate for goals coming from both teams. So if there is any game stack possibilities, I think it's this game. Myself, play a couple guys from each line and stay away from the goalie type thing. Or where I like McElhinney, but we'll go through that. Just from the team standpoint, both teams seem to be a little bit on the struggle side, if you ask me. You've seen, like you said, both teams lost today, and out of the past 5 games, the only wins for Carolina has come against Chicago Blackhawks. So they've lost to St. Louis in a blowout fashion. They lost to Detroit 4-3, and they lost in blowout fashion to Columbus today, where Atkinson just poured it on them. So is this Carolina team a desperate Penguins team? I don't think it's any teams that bad, but certainly I think they're desperate for a win, and I think to get that desperate win, it's got to come from this top line owning it. And when you look at this top line performance, you can kind of see why they are a little bit struggling. And look at this, 2 goals in 5 games for Furlan, 1 goal by Aho, and Teravainen only with 1 goal. And this just isn't going to win games. You see Slavin down there with a couple goals. So overall here, I'm going to go with this Aho-Furlan combo, perhaps Teravainen. The good thing is if you do pair all 3 of these guys, you can do it. The price allows you to do that on that whole first line stack. You look at the home stats here for Carolina. Their penalty kill is where it's terrible. They're next to last in penalty kill. So that definitely at least puts a look at New Jersey. And I'm probably doing that. Power play wise for Carolina, they're about mid-tier. When you look at the penalty kill for Jersey, we're looking at they're 18th on the penalty kill. New Jersey happens to be the next to last team in the league on the road. They're 2-7 on the road. Another reason I'm voting towards favoring the Carolina here. But I think the story of this game is going to be goals. I think it's going to be more like a 4-3 game, which is why I kind of want either a 3 and a 2, 5 guys from this game, or 4 guys from this game, because I think this is going to be the highest scoring game on the slate. So like I said, I'm sticking with that first line of Carolina, and I don't mind I think I have the defensive stats up here. Carolina. Yeah, I like Calvin DeHaan or Justin Falk from the second line if I'm looking at the defensive line here. These guys are a little bit more productive, at least on 5-on-5 standpoint of being on the ice with goals. So Justin Falk at 5,000, I'd be okay there. 2 assists, 17 shots, 10 blocks. We're pretty short. I didn't look at the starting goalies tonight, Joe, but I think we got a good idea that it's probably going to be. Oh, I got Mrazek as their second goalie here, so it might be Peter Mrazek tomorrow, huh? And yeah, like I said, I'm still only doing a pair on this here. New Jersey side, Taylor Hall shoots the puck a lot. Maybe just one off Taylor Hall wouldn't have anything against that. Paul Mary still shoots a lot. Zajak's going to be interesting. They put him up there with that top line finally. Still have to see how that's going to pan out. You look on that third line for those who look at daily faceoff, they're going to be seeing 6 points, 17 shots by Coleman. Those points I was telling Joe, I wanted to dive deeper into that stat, and that was when he was with like Zajac and Paul Mary on a line. So being that now he's with Saney and Anderson, I don't know. That 4,700 price tag's a turnoff for me. And then look down here. I have no problem at all running Damon Severson. I think he's had a couple points in a couple straight games, and at 4,000, he's in play too. And for me, I am turned off from Corey Schneider tomorrow. No go for me. But Mrazek at that price tag, if he is the starter, which we're leaning towards yes, at 6,500, that's a beauty price tag for a goalie.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Left wing lock has McElhaney listed as the backup, but daily faceoff has Mrazek. I don't know. Whatever. We'll go with Mrazek. Right? I guess let me look at the Jersey side here first. I mean, I don't know if I want to play a goalie here. I really don't like Mrazek at all. Holy piss balls, my computer, man. Finally. Yeah. Taylor Hall, Zajac, Cal Palmieri. Expensive. But I like them guys. Man, Taylor Hall, 20 shots. Actually, you know what? I mean, maybe I guess Zajac is in play. He's not been up there very long with these guys, right? It's normally not Zajac. Somebody's hurt. I thought. Yeah, Hirscher's hurt. So, yeah. For Jersey, I think I want the whole top line. Why not? It's 4-game slate. So, and I think I want to game stack this game. I want to get as many off both these teams as I can. So, I like that top line there. Is Zajac on that top power play too? Yes, he is. I like that also. So yeah, I like that. Hall, Zajac, Palmieri. No Joey Anderson for me. Yeah, I think that's it for me. Defensively, I I play Andy Green a good bit at 3,700. Severson, 4K. He's in play, I think. Will Butcher's on that top power play at 3,800. That's not a bad play at all. Yeah, I'm okay with all that. Give me some Butcher, maybe Andy Green, Severson, and the top line from Jersey. That's all I want, and I don't want no part of Schneider. Carolina here. I think I agree with you. I think it's the top line pairing there too. Ferland and Aho. Yeah, they're the ones producing really. Ferland and Aho. Throw Teravainen in there. That's a pretty cheap price. I think you can game stack both top lines here. I think you can get 5, maybe 6 guys into this game easily here. Jordan Stahl is still shooting a ton. So is Justin Williams. Just no goals yet. So if you need to get them guys in, fine. Svechnikov at 4,500 off the third line. You could go there. Walmart at 33. He has 20 shots in the last 5 games. He just hasn't scored a goal. 3,300. Why not run that pairing? Svechnikov and Walmart. I don't want no Fogley. No way. No Dougie Hamilton for me tomorrow either. I'd rather play Slavin. 900 cheaper too. I'd certainly rather play Slavin. He looks like a real good FanDuel play there too at 4,200 actually. So I wouldn't mind that. Jahan, Justin Falk. Yeah, any of these top 4 defensemen are definitely in play, except for, well, I'm not saying that you shouldn't play Hamilton. I'm not going to play Hamilton, no. I think at 5,500, that's just a little too much for me. So a GPP shot would be all right, and I don't want Mrazek at all. But I do like both these teams. Not so many of Jersey, but Carolina definitely has got plays here. And like I said, both teams being on a back-to-back. And I think you said Jersey went to overtime today anyway, so sure. Yeah, let me get some of this game. Anything else you want to move on?
Let's move on. Let's keep on going.
Next game up on the slate, the Minnesota Wild heading into Chicago to take on the Chicago Blackhawks. Minnesota will be on a back-to-back. Chicago will not be on a back-to-back. Minnesota is a minus 115 visiting favorite. Over under 6 in this game. We should see Stalock in the net for Minnesota on the back-to-back and Corey Crawford in the net for Chicago. And Crawford should be coming off a shutout win. What do you got?
Well, I got to at least point that Raiders fan must have watched the game and saw that beauty of a save by Malkin, and even the Pittsburgh analysts were there. Look at that forward by Malkin. He gets down on the knee, and he even flipped the stick over for that block. I'm like, it was good form by Malkin. But, yeah, it is funny. Scary, but funny. But let's get to this game here. First stat I'm going to give you, and you can take it for what it is. In the past 4 games, Chicago has scored more than 1 goal, 1 game out of the last 4. And in that game they scored 2 against Carolina. So what does that tell me? It tells me I'm going to steer clear of Chicago here. On a 4-game slate, that's a risky play. I mean, you're limited in plays. I mean, me and Joe talk about this all the time that, there's only so many guys you can play. Let's just assume you're taking the top lines at 6 forwards here. What is that, 6-12 per game? You only have 48 choices for guys. I mean, and you want to maybe try to chance to differentiate from some. I mean, so maybe you look. But for me, for sake of argument, I'm staying away from Chicago. And the reason being, and I'll give you some reasons here. Zucker, Stahl, and Granlund in the past 10 games, 5-on-5. That's your first-line pairing, guys. They've had 6 goals for and 1 goal against in the past 10 games. 1 goal against. Let's combine that and look at Minnesota's power play on the red, or penalty kill. Minnesota takes 2.6 penalties a game, which is the lowest penalties taken over the league. So then you say, well, do I have a chance at a power play? No, it's a limited choice here. So, and let's look 5-on-5 with this Minnesota team, guys. I mean, this top two lines have 10 goals for on 5-on-5 hockey in the past 10 games. And that's just, actual line combinations. You can go down. There's Niederreiter, Coyle, and Koivu with a goal. I mean, Minnesota's back to being a pretty stellar team. They're 3-2 in their past 5. They lost to a red-hot Buffalo team. So don't get discouraged there. But, I mean, even in the game before that, they've scored 6 goals. A loss to Washington. That was when they started that homestand we talked about. They were on the road a long time, just got back, and they scored 2 goals. I mean, they're hot. And I'm going to start off by saying Dumba. I think he's got points in 2 or 3 consecutive games. Matthew Dumba, 5,800. Suit him up in your lineup. That's first off. Second off here, I just love that they put Granlund back up on that first line because I think they had Niederreiter in the first line the other day. So I like this here. Give me Stahl with Granlund or even give me Zucker with Granlund. But I think Granlund is your surefire guy in here. And look at this. It's crazy because I was like looking, why aren't these guys getting power play points and stuff? The second power play is what's clicking. And I think Dumba has two of those goals in the past 5. So that being said, though, I like that first line, and I certainly have no objections to that second line. But if you're looking at that second line, a lot of those points stem from the power play, that second line power play. So you want to obviously say, what does Chicago do at home? Do they take penalties? Are they, and these are just stats you look at. At home, Chicago takes 2.1 penalties a game, which is the lowest in the league as well from a home standpoint. So that tells you, is special teams really a look? You got the least penalties per game on the away side, least penalties per game on the home side. So for me, I'm going to just go with the punches here and say it's that first line. Let's take that first line and ignore that second line, especially at that price. If you to spend $59 and $6,600, I'm not on board with that second line price. Going down third line, I'd have no issue running a Coyle Greenway or just picking one. There's some production there. Coyle with 14 shots, 3 points. Now you got to say to yourself, how many of those are on the power play of those shots? But he's worth a look. But for me, I'm mainly heading to that first line. Even if I do a pair and put Dumba in for sure, like I said, he's a guaranteed play. That's the way I'm heading. And if we're going stay lock here, he is 1-0, 1.0 GAA and a .952. He is going to face a ton of shots. We know that with Chicago. So, yeah. Oh, just got an update here. Yarncroc with another goal. I think he has a couple goals tonight, and now Nashville's taking the lead over the Kings. But that's where I am on this one.
You do realize that's my diamond stack from last night? Second line Nashville. I'm pretty certain of that.
Correct. Yep, I written that down. They got Yarncroc on the second line now.
What?
Is Yarncroc on the second line?
I'm pretty certain.
Huh?
I'm pretty certain. But nonetheless, I don't want no Chicago here, man, and I don't want no Corey Crawford. It's all Minnesota, and that's where I'm going to play. That's what I'm going to talk about. I think Stalock is in play, certainly. I want Zucker, Stahl, and Granlund, certainly. If you want to play that second line, just keep it at the – well, man. maybe nobody plays the second line. So maybe GPP the second line here for Minnesota, Parisi, Koivu, and Niederreiter. I wouldn't mind that. And for me off that third line, my play would be Coyle only. At 4,300, he's 14 shots, a goal, and 2 assists on the last 5. So it's pretty fair for 4,300. Defensively, it's Dumba. I agree with you, man. Solely Dumba. This cat's playing out of his mind, and 5,800 is certainly a fair price. So I definitely go there. Spurgeon, not really. Brodin, 3,900 is pretty fair price. So you could take a look at that too. So yeah, I think the play here is Minnesota certainly. And I think you really, I think you go towards the top line, Zucker, Stahl, and Granlund. And look at Stalock, man. I do think he's in play. Actually, he's my goalie out of the first 2 games anyway. That's all I got there, man. You want to move on?
Yes, sir. I am ready to move on.
All right. Next game. Las Vegas Golden Knights heading into Edmonton to take on the Edmonton Oilers. The Oilers are a -113 home favorite here. And we got a 5.5 over under, and we're thinking Fleury and Talbot, right?
That's what I'm thinking.
All right, fair enough. What do you like here? Pretty good game.
Right before the call here, we were talking about this, and I had said if Edmonton plays Talbot, which we had said after you had said, you reminded me. I remember Koskinen, he's getting a start tonight, which that game's about to start here. Look at first off, I'll start with the reason why I like Vegas here a little bit more. 0-3 for Cam Talbot, 4.23 GAA with a .857 save percentage. That's Matt Murray numbers. Okay, well, a little bit better, but not good numbers. We'll just leave it at that. Now, you got to at least play somewhat of the power play against Edmonton here. Their penalty kill has come up to 19th in the league, but they still are only converting 77% of penalty kills. So make sure your guys do have penalty kill time. But this here, for me, this is a second line and a fourth line option. And I'm telling you, this fourth line is in play for Vegas. These guys have been playing great. Do you need to stoop there? I don't think you stoop there unless you're doing a GPP play. And GPP plays need that sneak attack here. And Will Carrier, Pierre-Edouard Bellemare, and Ryan Reeves, over the past 10 games, 5 goals for and from that line. So, that's good numbers for a fourth line. I wish the Pens fourth line would get that much. If you don't want to play them, guys, you clearly go to this second line. Eakin and Tuck are must plays. I'd have no problem if you want to throw Max Pacioretty and do the 3-stack combo on this in a lineup. It's certainly worth it. I am eliminating 100% this first line of Vegas until I see some improvements, guys. Well, first off, you see 3 goals between them in the past 10 games. They're probably off the power play because Smith, Carlson, Marchette, 2 goals for, 6 goals against in the 10 games. And when you factor in they get the most ice time, that's just bad. Bad numbers here. So Eakin and Pacioretty. Edmonton, I'm not opposed to playing some Edmonton here. I think you can even one-off McDavid on his own merit or one-off Draisaitl on his own. I'd have no issues one-off and maybe Nugent Hopkins on his own at 5,400. But me, if I'm looking and I'm trying to analyze the way I'm building the lineup here, I'm probably going to go with that second line stack for Vegas, and I might run one of these guys. And I'm leaning probably towards Hopkins at 5,400 and taking my chance there. Like I said, for Vegas, let's go back to Vegas because I always forget to scroll down to the defense here. I don't know why. It's just creature of habit. And I'm even a defenseman when in my men's league here, but I tell Joe all the time, I love playing Braden McNabb. Look at that. They're charging me more. He's up to 2,900. This guy here blocks a ton of shots, and I'm okay to take the 1.5 a night. That 2,900. To play these high potent offensive lines, you have to sacrifice somewhere. It's either sacrificing a goalie to pay down to like that 7,100, or you pay down on defense. And typically defense is where I kind of sacrifice that. And I'm okay for playing McNabb every night I can. Edmonton side, like I said, I did defensively for Edmonton. I guess Matt Benning at 3,300. Those are pretty impressive stats over the past 5 games. A goal and assist, 13 shots, 5 blocks. That might deserve a look, but and then you see here he's on that second power play if there would be a power play action. But other than that, I just don't want to pay that much for anyone else. Nurse at 4,000, Larson 3,500. Maybe Larson at 3,500 could be a play as well. But when I'm looking at goalies, obviously I've told you my stance on Talbot. He's atrocious. He's terrible. Don't play him. Fleury at 7,500 or 7,400 tomorrow. He deserves a look. He deserves a look on a 4-game slate. You got to consider him.
Well, oh man, here's how I'm going to play this game. I'm scripting this game out, right? I'm scripting it out right now, and this is how I'm playing it. Bottom line it. I like Edmonton. I don't like Vegas, as I'm looking at them here, man. And I don't like Talbot either, but I still think this game is only a 3-1 game. So if I think that's a 3-1 game, right, means Talbot has got to be in play for me. And I don't think it's going to be Fleury. Well, I think it's going to be Fleury in the net, but I don't think I want to play Fleury at all. So with that being said, Vegas, their top line is downright horrendous right now. It's horrible. They're not doing shit. 3 goals amongst all 3 of them over the last 5 games is shit. It's garbage. I mean, like, you got to do something. I understand. You want to take a shot on a big GPP, go ahead. Who am I to tell you no to do some shit like that? But, like, man, I don't know. I'm not playing them, period. Second line, yeah, that looks a little better. At least you're getting, a goal a game from these cats down here, and you're still getting the production and the shots, and they're not afraid to block some shots either. So fine. Pacioretty, Cody Eakin, Alex Tuch. Alex Tuch, man, he's good. He really is. If you watch him play the game, man, he's pretty impressive, and he ain't afraid to fire the puck, man. So it hits a stick, it's normally gone towards the net. So I would concentrate making sure I get him in. You want a GPP shot, Ryan Reeves, go right ahead, because if he's hot, the coach is going to put him on the ice everywhere. Watch a game one night, man, he was on the first power play unit. But he was hot, man. Like shooting a puck, great. He had already scored a goal in that game. So Ryan Reeves, when he gets hot, they will play him. And they'll concentrate on playing him a lot. So I like Reeves. Defensively here, McNabb, like you said, Jared, I like this cat. He blocks a ton of shots and at 2,900, man. Give me some of that all day. And I agree with you as far as the defensive play. You got to sacrifice somewhere to go up and get these big guys. So if you want to play McNabb as a one-off, if you're going to stack Edmonton, just to run it back with somebody here against them, I would do that. It would be Braden McNabb for me, period. And I don't want no Fleury. But to talk about Edmonton here, obviously, for real, McDavid is the absolute. He's the best player in the world right now. Period. You got to play him. I understand he's 8,200, but I think even though he's 8,200, you go over and you grab McNabb. It makes McDavid a lot more affordable. A lot more affordable. So, McDavid with Draisaitl is expensive, but I think you consider it, man. You just got to consider that, period. Nugent Hopkins and Spooner just came over here, right? So I'm not certain how that's going to work out. Man, it's McDavid, Draisaitl, and Hopkins. And if you could fit them in, let me see. They're in a power play unit together, right? All three of them guys? No. Yes, they are. So you could pair them up either way. I don't even mind a Nugent Hopkins with a McDavid pairing, right? Only because you're touching both lines, right? And 5-on-5, and you're pairing them up on the power play. So that's all right. That's not that's not out of the realm of possibility. It's a decent play to do that. You could do that. Clefbaum at 5,300. He's getting a ton of ice time. But that's I don't know if I want to go there. Adam Larson, I probably lean towards Adam Larson at 3,500. I think he can hit that a lot easier. I think Larson can make value a lot easier than Clefbaum can. So I think I would head towards Larson. He's not even on the power play, though. I think it'd still be Larson for me. Is where I'd head. And Hopkins, McDavid, Draisaitl. Those guys are where the production's going to be from. I don't want no Talbot here, man. I'm with you there, too. I just don't think it's worth it. I think he's going to see the shots, but this could really blow up in your face real quick. It could blow up in my face because I like Edmonton here, but this could go the opposite way real quick, real fast. But that's it for me. You ready to move on?
Raiders fan, he probably forgot that dollar bet. That was crap. I turned it on, I think, too late to give Vancouver some love. But
hey, wait a minute. I did forget about that. You owe me $1, man.
I owe you $1.
That's all right. That's good, man. We'll just keep that going. Way to go, Raiders fan. That's all right, man.
It was a close game, though, so they didn't go completely flat. I think Vancouver was winning that game 2-1 point.
I think Montreal's a little better than people were giving them credit for. That's all.
That Key's price, man. I mean, it shows you what it is, man. You get a goalie that puts you down by 2 goals at any point in time, you get killed morale. Yeah. Yep.
It's what I've always said about Murray, man. Last year in the playoffs, how can you, within the first 5 minutes of a playoff game, put your team down by 2 goals and expect any kind of – no way, man. No. It shouldn't happen, period, in any kind of NHL hockey at all. But secondly, in the playoffs, you ain't coming back from that. Not in the playoffs, man.
Mark my words, Mata is the next guy to leave Pittsburgh.
Why?
I think he'll be the next guy traded, and he's got to be. Yeah, he's been playing bad.
Well, whatever it is, what it is. Let's jump into this last game, man. Whatever. These games are not very good. I don't think they're going to be very good to watch either. Well, whatever. Colorado Avalanche on the road, heading into Anaheim to take on the Anaheim Ducks. The Ducks are a -111 favorite here at home. 5.5 over-under in this. Varlamov and Gibson is what it should be, because I believe Grubauer played last time out for Colorado. So That being said, suppose you're on one side here, pretty heavy, right?
First off, I'll eliminate Varlamov at 8,000. I'm not. I'll tell you what. I am actually on. I'm going the opposite way of what you're thinking here. Just like every game where there's little oddities, and there's reason, there's a method to this madness. It just ain't throwing money in the air here. I like Anaheim in this. Anaheim you got Colorado, who takes. Sure, I understand Anaheim's power plays a little bit atrocious, but Colorado takes the most penalties, well, next to most, at 4.73 penalties a game. That gives a little bit of life here to Anaheim. So you instantly go down to this power play unit if you want, guys. I'm not saying bet heavy on this. I'm saying get a little piece of it. I have no problem running like a Raquel and Pontus Auberg here in a duo. When you look defensively here for Anaheim, which we can easily do, it's Hampus Lindholm here. Those are nice numbers at 5,100, 2 assists, 15 shots, 13 blocks. I wouldn't mind throwing him in a lineup. Everyone here is going to be on this Colorado top line, hands down. The problem with that, Anaheim is a great 5-on-5 team, guys. They really are. Me and Joe say it all the time that if Anaheim gets that 1-0 lead, if you play Xbox, Anaheim Ducks are the team that literally gets to the neutral zone and dumps it every time when they got a 1-0 lead. They don't care. That's all they do is they smother you. So everyone's going to be spending high price tag on Landeskog, McKinnon, and Rantanen. And for good point. I mean, they are the leading scorers in the league. But for me, I'm going down this third line, guys. Carl Soderberg is on a tear lately at 4,600. I'm there, and I'm okay to pair him up with Matt Calvert on that third line, guys. I am okay with that. Tyson Barrie, I got a point the other night. He's getting production, 5 points in 5 games. Ian Cole got some production at 4,300. You can even play an Ian Cole here. I don't foresee this being a high-scoring game, 3-1, 3-2 tops. But I look for Anaheim to kind of stop the bleeding here and pull one out. I mean, we've seen it before. Everyone calls me crazy, but we've seen it. I could probably, the Kings beat Chicago in the Battle of the Terribles. We've seen Montreal beat teams. We've seen Red Hot Buffalo come out with a 2-1 win against Winnipeg that probably no one thought would happen. So, I mean, these are why they play the games. And I think Anaheim comes out with a surprise victory tomorrow, which, I mean, to be honest, I think there's more points in the other games. I'm going to play heavier that way, but there might be a chance that I throw in a little Anaheim action, which is going to probably be like 4% owned, on most of those guys.
Well, man, hey, you're going to be out there playing Anaheim without me, buddy. I hate to say it like that, but I'm just, nope. I know Gibson is good, but no way. Landeskog's price, 6,800 is fair. McKinnon, 7,900 is fair. He's probably easily a top 10 player in the league right now. McDavid is better. Man, actually, to be honest, man, if it was me, maybe I'm wrong and maybe I'm way out on a limb and I'm out there by myself on this. But I mean, to me, it's McKinnon or Matthews after McDavid. I mean, I guess you could throw in some Taylor Hall, maybe, but I don't think so. I think McKinnon is, this guy is part of everything about this team, man. This team is built for him. So yeah, Landeskog, McKinnon, Rantanen, them guys are great. Arguably one of the top lines in NHL right now, next to the Bergeron line in Boston. Kerfoot, Yost up that second line. Yost is still working his way back. He was out for quite some time, but it looks like they're playing that second line more of like a defensive role. But they're getting shots. Well, not really a lot of shots. I mean, they're scoring though, so very little ice time. Soderberg, yeah, you're right, man. He's on fire. What's up with this Matt Calvert here, though? 2 goals and 2 assists on 10 shots with 5 blocks and a power play point over the last 5 games. 3,500. I like that price tag. 3,500 for a winger. I'll be diving into Calvert a little more here. I want to see what's going on with him. That's interesting right there. Defensively, I like this Eric Johnson. I play him a lot. Over the last 5 games, he's got a goal. He's not a scorer, but he's got a goal. He's got 10 shots with 8 blocks, man. So I'm digging that. Sam Girard at 3,800. He's fair price too. Tyson Berry's more of your offensive-minded defenseman here on this team, but I prefer Johnson or Girard defensively here. And I like Varlamov in the net, man. So I do have interest in Colorado. And by the sounds of things, I'm way heavier on Colorado than you are, and you're obviously way heavier on Anaheim than I am. But just a quick glance at Anaheim here for me. If you want to play Anaheim, I don't. That's disgusting. I mean, I like this team, dude. I guess they're fairly priced. Raquel Getzlaf and Auberg. Really not on Raquel much. He's shooting a ton, though. 19 shots over the past 5. So Raquel has got to be in play. Yeah, I'm not liking anything here, man. It'd just be the top line for me if I was going to take a shot on them. Defensively, I do like Hampus Lindholm. I'll give you that, 5,100. These guys are great defensively. Montour, 4,500. That's great. You can take a look at. Oh, excuse me. Apologize. What is it? Is it Jacob Larson or Jakob Larson? I'm not certain how he pronounces that, but Larson defensively 2,700. He has 12 blocks over the last 5 games. Only 4 shots, but he has an assist. So at 2,700, he can make that. I don't see why not. 16.5 minutes ice time shouldn't be a problem. But really, I think defensively it'd be Lindholm and Montour, and I think I might, if I don't play Varlamov, I might run it back with Lindholm and Montour as a defensive pairing against Colorado. I wouldn't mind that play at all, but it would be Raquel Getzlaf and Auberg, the forwards for me, and I think that's it. Yeah, last game on the slate. You want to jump into the game?
Yeah, just a final note. I was thinking the same thing the other night with Toronto, stacking them against Anaheim, 1-2-1. So that game, I mean, it is my least favorite game on the slate for sure because I think it's a trap game.
Could be. I still whatever, man. Let's not get it twisted. Toronto is without Austin Matthews, so whatever. I just don't like Anaheim. I can't play him.
But let's get into the game, shall we? Yeah, you're right. And right away, easy to spot for me. Diamond Stack, second line Vegas tomorrow night. Max Pacioretty, Cody Eakin, Alex Tuck continue their great play where it's needed because this first line of Vegas can't score to save their lives.
I'm going to go Carolina line 2 for my snowflake stack or my diamond stack. Give me some McGinn with Jordan Stahl and Justin Williams. I like Carolina's offense here.
I sure hope so, man. I've been wanting to play Stahl for a while, but I just can't. You know, he's
shooting the puck. He's just, you know, maybe he's unlucky. You know what I mean? That's variance, man.
You know what? I'm sticking with this same game here, the Vegas game here, and I'm going first line, Edmonton on the snowflake stack here.
Ooh.
Which I think it's Caggiula, it's Connor McDavid, and it's Draisaitl.
And I think you're wrong. What do you like for your Boulder Award?
I like Stalock from Minnesota.
Yeah, that's what I like too. That's what I was going to take. I guess give me Varlamov. And with that being said, that's the game.
Snowflake.
Varlamov. Oh, my snowflake? Anaheim. Line 1. Sorry. Anaheim sucks, dude. But give me a 30-second rundown over the slate, and we can get the hell out of here.
Yeah, like we said here, you said it best when it's boring. First thing I want to remind people here is this main slate starts at 5 p.m. tomorrow. I believe it is. So I don't think you got till 7 p.m. Eastern time. I don't know what you look at out there, Raiders fan. We don't operate off West Coast time, but Eastern time we are quite familiar with here. I like Minnesota offensively. I think that's going to be your best offensive production tomorrow, along with Carolina Hurricanes. Look for Devils to lose again, making their record 2-8 on the road. Vegas comes out with a big fashionable win against Edmonton. And then, like I said, Avalanche Ducks, I just have a hard time reading it. I'm probably not going to lie to you guys. I'm going to look a little bit more into there and see what I can find. But, you know, when I look at this Anaheim team, it's like, you know, the 2-1 win 3 games ago against Nashville. They lost to Vegas 5-0. Then they just 2-1 against Toronto the other night. Do I want to get burned again? Because I took Toronto heavy, and I swear there was Snowflake Central. So that's what builds my little skepticism. And knowing there's better plays elsewhere, I think that's where I'm going to go.
I can't knock you, man. I like whatever. I like Carolina. I like Minnesota. I like Edmonton. I like Colorado. I like those 4 teams. I like those 4 offenses. Goalie-wise, I like Varlamov. I like Stalock. And, yeah, that's about it. Gibson is a good goalie, but I'm not going to play him. I'm on the Colorado side of that one. And with that being said, thanks to everybody out there for joining us tonight, man. Always appreciate it. Always like people talking in the chat. That's great. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up. If you like the channel, subscribe to the channel. We try to put out a video for the main slate every day. Some days we can't. We try to have at least 3 games or more. 2 games is just too small. If you want to follow us on Twitter, it's JoeMiner3131, JSMiner87, and you can follow the channel at DFS Quarry. And we'll see if I got it. Remember, in the morning, got enough time. I will try to create a contest. Oh, by the way, that brings up another thing. We had a guy comment, Cole. I believe he's a Habs fan. My name on DK is JoeMiner31. Only 131. JoeMiner31 on DK. Send me a friend request or an invite or something like that, and I'll follow you back, and we'll try to get all that set up. Jared, yours is what?
Same thing, JS Minor 87 all around.
There you go. So, guys who are looking for that, that's where we are. And if you do, you hook up with us as friends on DK. When I create the contest, I will absolutely send the invite right to you, so you get it in your DK app. But that's it, guys. Good show, and we're out of here. Jared, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Everybody else, good luck.